I really don't know why I'm here, because the two of you together, it just goes in places that who the heck knows what street it's going down, what
You
path
really
it's going.
never
I don't
know.
even know why I'm here with Awesome Truth, but it is great, and it's been wonderful to see you guys reunited and taking this run, and now going for what you're going for here at WrestleMania, the six-pack ladder match. What are we in store for with this? I mean, this thing could get crazy.
Mayhem.
Yeah.
Tell them.
These type
Tell
of
'em.
matches are always very. We always tell kids not to try what we do at home. It's because of these type of matches. These are very dangerous. Honestly, I was at my house. I bought ladders.
You bought ladders,
just to
right?
start practicing.
practicing.
Just to start practicing. Like, you know, I started like getting all the leaves out of my gutter just to see how tall it is, and being like, oh, I gotta fall from here,
Yeah,
maybe.
changing light bulbs.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, they're very risky, but we have a game plan. We've been thinking a lot about it. We've been talking a lot about it. We have ideas that we want to do. Can we conduct them? You never know what's going to happen in a match. You don't know where the ladders are going to be. You don't know what else is going to come into play.
You got to adapt.
Right.
At all times, you got to adapt.
And there's no one better at adapting than R-Truth.
Yeah, well, you mentioned strategy, you mentioned things you got to deal with, and then I'm looking at your partner here, who at times in your career, when it comes to ladders and trying to grasp things that may or may not be there, has been a unique challenge. What's the setup here tonight? Are we dealing with two different hanging belts, or
Yes.
two areas where ladders? Go through it with me. Tell me what we're in store for here.
Well, you got the SmackDown titles on one side, you got the Raw titles
Okay.
on the other. We're trying to get both, right?
Yeah, you want both.
And how?
The idea is
How far
you want-
apart are the two sets of belts?
So if this is the ring, they're like this, I would say. So
You're not going
it's-
to reach. and
You
grab
can't
it.
reach from one to the
it's
other.
a unique
Although you
match.
may try, but you may.
No, we've been practicing.
You've been okay.
The setup is something I don't think we've ever seen before in WWE.
Really?
This is the first time ever at WrestleMania 40. It's something new, and it's exciting for us because, you know, we feel that the first time that we started tagging, which was, what, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
We never got the titles. We never won the titles. And now you come back 10 years later, still here, the best we've ever been. I've never seen a hotter R-Truth.
Oh,
the
it's-
audience reaction
it's been
towards him
unbelievable.
has been absolutely unbelievable.
It has been.
And I love just watching it and feeling the energy from it. And it kind of goes towards me. I mean, the only person that can really make me a baby face, a good guy, people cheer me, is R-Truth.
And now it's time.
And now it's time. Now we feel it is time to get the tag title.
Listen, you guys are beloved. Everything comes full circle. You go back to what you first were with Awesome Truth, and now we get it again. But also your story personally. You've been through a lot of adversity physically in recent years.
Right.
With the knee and the comeback, and even some doubts as to if you could even come back. What does it mean to you personally?
It means the world to me, especially being the biggest WrestleMania of all time. It's just the biggest one. Like, it's a big deal for me. It's a big deal for us. Us cashing in tonight and getting those tag titles will make all the suffering, the adversities, the pain, the surgeries. It will make everything worth its while.
Judgment Day,
Yeah.
everything that Judgment Day put you through, I would say
yeah.
getting those titles and taking the titles, their most prized possession from them.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about it, did we?
Oh man, that is
I
what
bought
I'm
them on
looking forward
TV,
to.
dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
TV.
I got a good deal on TV for
Yeah.
them. They didn't even hook the cable up. I hooked the cable up. I took care of the plumbing work, all that stuff. I sold the T-shirt, the merch, top-selling merchandise.
Huge cash.
And they beat us up week after week after week.
Didn't even put them in the group.
Yeah, I can't believe
I
that.
was in the group.
Okay.
JD never was in the group.
Oh, that's what
Yeah,
it was.
I was
okay.
in the group.
Got it.
Yeah, I
Got
was
it.
in.
The build to this WrestleMania, and the two of you have seen it all through the years, and obviously you had your massive WrestleMania moment, but the build to this Mania feels very different than other WrestleManias, and a lot of it has to do with the unexpected. I mean, nobody saw that
Right.
you guys would be paired again. But even what we're dealing with what we get in the main event here on night one, if I told you 5-6 months ago, hey, by the way, The Rock is back, and by the way, here's what the main event's going to be, you guys would be...
How about this? The Rock is back, and the audience is chanting, "We want Cody."
Exactly.
The biggest star
In the world. Right.
has said, "Hey, I haven't been here in like 12 years. I'm gonna have a match." Oh, great! But we want you maybe next year or the year after that. But we want Cody right now. We want to finish the story. Like, that's the best part about, I think, WrestleMania 40 is the fans decided.
Yes.
The fans said,
Yes.
"Hey, Rock, we love you. We think you're great, but we want Cody." We want Cody to finish the story, and Cody's going to have an opportunity to finish the story. And let me tell you something. If he doesn't finish the story at WrestleMania 40, I believe the fans will turn on him.
Turn
Yeah,
on
okay.
who?
Cody.
Oh.
You don't think so? It's last year he said I'm gonna finish the story. He did not. He had a whole year. And by the way, this year Cody has worked, has dedicated himself, has been the hardest working superstar in all of WWE. And this is coming from me. And he literally is in a point right now where I think he's at his pinnacle. He's at his top. If he doesn't win that title, I don't know where else he can go.
Oh, you put the weight on him.
I'm telling you, Cody has more pressure than he's ever had before. I don't think any superstar in the history of WWE has ever had this much pressure put on him. And by the way, it's self-induced. He did this to himself because he said, I need to finish the story.
Right.
Now we all are invested in the story. You have to finish the story. If you don't finish the story, where do you go?
I get that, but you're talking about the tribal chief and the final.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
And Rock was cool when he came back into all that
and
happened.
by the way, he's going
And
up
then he
against
just-
an unbeatable Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns hasn't been beaten in like 1,000
Sure,
days.
over 1,300 days.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I mean, he's been champion. No one's been able to take it off of him. And the best part is, I saw an interview with Roman, and Roman's like, hey, that's not my story. I'm doing my own story here. And I really don't care. Everyone's been trying to finish their story with me. I'm just trying to finish my own story. So it's like he does not care about some story that Cody has. Just because you want it, you got to beat him.
You mentioned that the fans spoke up, right? And you had the We Want Cody movement, and then you get a pivot. The pivot was critical. In the locker room and among the superstars, what was the reaction to this final boss version of The Rock? What was your reaction when you started seeing the final boss?
My reaction was, I mean, I've known Rock for a long time.
Yeah.
I think he just resorted back to, you know what I'm saying? He just turned it back around to who he originally was. I think they did it. Cody added to it.
Yep.
But I think they made him turn.
I think this is the best Rock we've ever had. And by the way, this is a guy coming from a guy who, the reason I'm a WWE superstar is because of The Rock. I wanted to be a WWE superstar because of The Rock. The electricity that he brought back in the Attitude Era. I remember in high school watching in my living room going, oh my God, I love The Rock. You know, and all my buddies loved Stone Cold Steve Austin. And every Mania, we would literally be fighting back and forth on who would win. And so now we see this Rock, and this is a new breed of Rock, a new confident Rock, a Rock that literally says, I'm the boss. I'm the final boss.
You know what he said to
I
us
make
yesterday?
up the rules.
Miz, we were sitting with him here on SportsCenter last night, and it's aired overnight on SportsCenter, and we started talking about what you're describing of getting back to that Attitude Era. I was
That's
talking
who he
about.
was, I'm telling you.
Wait, he took it to a different level, R-Truth. I said, you know, everybody's saying, oh, it's the Attitude Era again, but there's an amped up level of violence and intensity. He goes, it's not the Attitude Era. I'm going to say it right now what it is. And I won't swear, but he did. And he said, it's the F that era. That's his overall attitude to anything that's brought to him right now as the final boss is F that. F that. I'm doing it my way. F that. This is how it's going to be. So he feels like it's not a 2.0 version. It's like a 10.0 version, right?
It's a different version. I mean, you had the Attitude Era, you had the PG era, you had the Ruthless Aggression era. This is a whole new era, and I think if he wants to name it that, I think that
F
can
that
be it.
era.
But honestly, I don't think professional wrestling in WWE has been hotter ever.
I agree.
In my entire career.
You're
What
right.
about you? You've been here longer than I have.
It haven't been as hot.
No, I mean, I remember, you know, the Attitude Era where literally they always talk about, I wasn't there, but they always talk about how every arena was sold out. Every live event was sold out.
Totally.
Every pay-per-view was sold out. We're back to those days.
No doubt.
We go to live events.
Yeah.
They're sold out no matter what city we're in. And people are talking about it more and more and more. It's pop culture.
Yes.
Again, everyone is excited about it again. And so it's cool to see. It's fun to see. I love seeing, you know, kids, teenagers, parents, all walks of life, every single age that you could possibly imagine in our attendance tonight.
And with what you guys are doing, and who you are, obviously.
Right.
I mean, being who you, and you're so beloved now with being reunited. But in a six-pack ladder match, you guys have an opportunity to be one of those jaw-dropping moments of the weekend. You really do.
That's
Do
the
you
goal.
Yeah,
That's the goal.
you sense that
Yes.
where your match, and specifically what you guys are capable of doing, and the reaction you'll get from the fans when people walk away from the weekend, outside of the headliners of what's happening Saturday main event Sunday. the moment people may talk about is because of how extreme this thing could be.
And that's what moments are made of.
Yeah.
And we have to deliver. And that's what we've been talking about doing. First time ever on the biggest, the grandest stage of all time.
I mean, honestly, we look at it like this. This is WrestleMania. This is what we strive for. This is our Super Bowl. This is our World Series. This is our NBA Final. This is our Final Four.
Yes.
Right.
This is it. This is what we set out to do all year long. This is what we prepared for, and I feel like all the talent is ready, is abled, and we are going to create moments that will last a lifetime. And obviously, we are going to strive to make sure our match, as we always like to say, steals the show.
R-Truth,
Oomph on it.
The Miz. Could have some nice hardware by the end of the night. Great luck tonight.
Thank you
See
very much.
No need
All
for
right.
luck when
Yeah.
you're the awesome truth.
Yes.